So, we're so excited that you're here with us today because what I've been doing is interviewing women who have built million-dollar businesses. As you know, I coach and work with lots of different business owners, and this was all born out of an idea of them being inspired by people like you. So, I'd love for you to just take a couple minutes and tell us about your businesses, multiple that you own, and who are you serving in the world with them?
Yes. So my name is Srishti. I'm originally from India. I moved to the US when I was 10 years old. And I own businesses in the childcare sector. I'm also a coach. I'm a business coach who helps other women entrepreneurs to start and build their business. I'm somebody who is a dreamer. I love dreaming big because I know it's going to be possible. So I'm somebody who loves to dream and make things possible.
Awesome. Shrishti, how did you get started? What was your first business?
So my first business was dance school, Bollywood dance school for kids. And the reason I started that business is because when I moved from India to the US, I was really shy because English was my second language at that time. Because I was struggling with the language, making friends, having a communication, and especially if you are somebody who is really introvert, it's even more tough. So sometimes just like having a normal conversation and just kind of thinking in back of my head, okay, am I speaking the right English, all those things kind of going in my
Right.
head. So joined. My parents put me in a dance school when I moved to the US because they knew how shy I was and I needed to be on the stage and dance more so that I do not stay there. I move forward in my life. So I'm really thankful that my parents did that. And the dance school I was enrolled in, they used to have like 3 performances in a month. So, and my parents made sure I participated in all the performances. So my weekends would be, performing on the stage. And then um, when I turned, 18 or 19, I was kind of thinking, what do I want to do with my life? In terms of, do I want to go in the IT, which, where all the Indians are, because all the Indians are in IT, that's what we know, engineering, lawyer, or doctor, those are the three choices. But my parents never pushed me for anything, they're really open minded. So that was the time I just kind of thought, where do I want to go? Do I want to live my life on my own terms or do I just want to follow what the world tells me to do? And I was actually teaching dance, since like ninth grade, just casually to kids. So I was kind of aware of, the society and the community over there. So around 18 or 19, I was like, you know what, I want to open my own dance school. I did not do it at that time because I was not too sure if I could do it or not. But then my green card was in process and, something happened. The immigration department, the paperwork was screwed up. So I just kind of thought, okay, what, should I just sit down and wait for the green card to come and then start my business? And God knows whether it's going to be 10 years, 5 years, 15 years, or whether it's going to come or not. So at that time, I just decided that, okay, I want to start my dance school. And I didn't have a plan at that time. I was just kind of going with the flow. But I'm somebody who has a really strong mindset. I'm not somebody who is really into strategies. I jump in the water first and then I learn how to swim. I don't keep a lot of things in mind when I'm doing something. So I was like, you know what, let's start the first business. Let's start this dance school and see how things are going. So I started that. And now I have multiple locations in Washington State. And my school is the only dance school in Washington State, which has 3 performances in a year.
Wow.
So that's the reason a lot of parents, they stay with me because they want to achieve the same goal that my parents wanted to achieve with me. And every single time I see a child going on the stage and getting the trophy, it gives me so much happiness because I know that that child is he's gonna become, or she's gonna become like a different person, from this point. So yeah.
Right. That's amazing. So you started with one dance school, it grew to multiples, and then you went into other businesses, working in schools, childcare. What was that trajectory like? How did you decide to keep opening businesses and not do, I know why you started, but to not go into a traditional path?
I would say I always have a big picture in mind. I won't have small details every single time, but I know where I'm going. So since I was already in the dance school, which is like, dealing with kids and all that, my other businesses are also in the childcare sector. So, we are tied up with private and public schools to offer enrichment classes. My goal is to empower kids because they are the future generation. And I really, really believe in that because that is my story. I know if my parents did not put me in that dance classes and I did not get that opportunity, I would be a different person. I would be like somebody who's really shy, doing like a 9 to 5 job, just kind of settling and does not believe in herself. So I know because that happened with me, I don't want other students to face that. And I just want the world to, find their potential.
I love that. I really love that. So you were a young woman when you started opening businesses. What's been your experience as a woman opening businesses in the US, and what are some of the challenges that you had to overcome to create what you've created today?
Yes. So my experience is that it is possible. Anything you're dreaming, anything you have in mind, it is completely possible. If Jeff Bezos can go from zero to a billionaire, you can do it too. The reason why Jeff Bezos did it because he was aiming high, and that goes for any other human. The universe has no size; it has no limits. If you want to be like a millionaire tomorrow, you can do that as long as you're putting the effort and putting the work and working smartly. So my advice is that whatever you're dreaming, it is possible. And in terms of challenges, I would say the challenges I faced is probably, when I started my first business, a lot of people came to me, like outside people, that okay, you know what, this is they gave me the advice that okay, this is something you can do for short term. This is not going to be sustainable for long term. And those were the people who were just doing a 9 to 5 job. So I realized that later on, but people will come to you and they will keep giving you advice, like free advice. It's up to you whether you want to listen to them or not. I never listened to them because those are the people, first of all, they were not playing higher at a higher level in their life. And second of all, I have mentors who I follow. I decide who I want to follow and I decide what I want to become. I don't let other people decide what I want to do in my life. I am the CEO of my life and I decide how, where I want to be and how I want to be.
Amazing. It's really interesting for me because we have that in common. We started with dance, and Srishti, people would always say to me, "Well, that's great, but you're going to be poor." And I was like, "No, I won't."
Yes,
So
yes.
you felt like a lot of times you had to defy expectations, but it sounds like you really got clear on where you were going and didn't let people's opinions affect you.
Yeah, not at all, because that's not going to serve anybody. If I'm going to give somebody else, the key to my life, I'm going to be unhappy. And I don't choose to be unhappy. I choose to be happy, and it's my responsibility to be happy. And I tell myself, I deserve the best. And because I tell myself that, I always attract the best. So that's what I believe in. And I believe that for everybody. But you got to believe that in yourself. You got to have that belief in yourself that, hey, whatever I'm doing, it's going to be possible. It might take some time, but that doesn't matter. You're, as long as you're moving forward and you have a game plan and you have the right people who you're working with, you will be where you want to be.
Amazing. I 100% agree. So I think that's something I've encountered with women. So I'd like your opinion on this is that I deserve the best. They're like, but do I? Do I deserve the best? Like, is that selfish? But how would you answer that?
I would say that, that belief comes within yourself. First, you got to treat yourself with the best, and whatever your definition is best. Like for me, even if I'm getting my nails done, I want to go to the best salon. I don't expect somebody else to treat me the best. And of course, that comes by law of attraction, because I believe that I deserve the best. The law of attraction just gives me that. But I think everything you're doing in life, it comes within yourself. You cannot expect your partner to treat you the best and you don't even feel that about yourself. So you need to believe that, hey, you know what? Whatever I'm doing, I'm the best. I deserve the best. And it's not being selfish, it is just you being happy. And as long as you take control of that, nothing from the outside circumstances can move you. Because business, once you start a business, things gonna go up and down a lot. It's gonna happen, yeah, constantly. That's gonna happen a lot. But as long as you have the keys to your life, you're the CEO of your life. As long as you understand that and fight for your happiness, nothing can stop you. The universe will align so many things to make your dreams possible. I'm an advocate for that. I believe in that 100% because that is my life.
Yeah, you talked a little bit about the law of attraction. How do you use that in your life?
I use that actually every single day, in terms of, just visualizing it and just kind of feeling good. Even if I'm having like not like a really good day, I don't stay there. I change my state because I don't want the universe to attract the things that I don't want. So I really believe in strong visualization. If I want to create my business to a billion dollar by next 10, 20 years, I gotta start like I gotta start acting like a billionaire. I cannot have ethics of like a $10 hour range and expect myself to become a billionaire. So I gotta work on myself and just kind of follow all that. But law of attraction is something I believe really, I know it works really good.
Good, good. Yes, I agree 100%. So, I think another place where I see women getting tripped up as they move forward with their businesses is money mindset. Talk to me a little bit as you're growing your business, like especially in the beginning. Um, how did you decide to think about money that has helped you grow your business to such a substantial size?
Yes. So money, the way I see money is that it's a tool, it's not, it's just a tool, it's not, I'm the one who controls it. Money does not control me, and in business, there will be, especially at the initial stage, you might not even make any profit, which is okay. That's fine. As long as you're understanding where you're moving and you have a plan to make profit in the future, you're fine. Because if something is not working, you can change the approach. But if you're not even trying anything, you're not being consistent, then you really don't know what to change. So in terms of money mindset, I would say it's just a tool. And I do not let money control me. And I get comfortable with numbers. If I did not make any money, I gotta get comfortable with $0. That's okay. I gotta accept that. Because if and today, whatever I'm doing today, that's not gonna be my, that's not what I'm gonna be making tomorrow. Tomorrow is gonna change. So just having the faith of that and just having like a plan.
Awesome. I love that. So, tell me a little bit about what's next for you. What are your big dreams? What are you hoping to grow?
A lot of dreams, a lot of dreams. So my goal with my coaching business is that I want other women entrepreneurs, to start and build and thrive in their business. My goal for this year is to impact 100 lives. So that is what I want to do. I'm also working with you on launching my course. And you being my coach, I'm getting a lot of help for that. So that is really helpful. Other than that, I'm working on building more private schools for the kids. I want to empower more kids, as many kids as possible. I'm also working on expanding my locations on my other childcare businesses. And then also expanding locations on my dance school. And I'm also working on launching like a chutney, my mom's chutney in Indian stores and all that.
Really?
So our goal is to, go to Costco and big retail stores. That is her dream, and I'm going to make it possible. I want to see her name in the chutneys and all that. So working on that. And every single year, my dreams keep on getting bigger because, I've achieved it. Now go to the next one. So yeah.
Does your mom have a name? Like, is there a product name for it? Is it named after her?
So right now, so my mom's name is Ripu, Ripu. So right now we are thinking of keeping it Ripu's Kitchen. That's the name we are thinking because a lot of people over here, that's what they know. So we're gonna keep the same name.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's really fun. I just want to know what you're gonna call it.
Yeah, I'll send you a sample.
I love chutney too. Great. So, I want to talk about what's your message for women. So, you're working in coaching. I love you and I have very parallel paths where we're working with kids and sort of expanding it to women. And I think that empowering women and especially girls, but all children, is like the key to changing the world. So, what are some of the things that you want to say to women who want to start businesses or just who want to change their lives?
Just believe in yourself. Everything comes within you. You already have everything you need. Just believe in yourself. That's it.
Awesome. I love that. So, if I'm a female business owner, or actually, I'm really interested in starting a business, where would I start?
I would say first, have like a game plan in terms of, okay, this is the business I want to do, and see how the competitors are doing as well. You got to see, okay, is this business going to make you money or not? Are you competitive enough? And, the first thing is, of course, getting the license and things like that. But just make sure whatever the big picture you have in mind, it has to be sustainable. If you're doing something which is off market, which is, it has it's not there anymore, then you're not going to get anywhere. So be innovative. And so that's, yeah, that's my recommendation.
And what's the mindset that you think? Because like I work more with advanced people who are existing business owners. For you, working with a lot of beginners, what's some of the main mindset that you want to impart to them or that you talk to people about?
Main mindset would be have faith in where you're going. Trust the universe that, okay, whatever you're doing is going to work out, and a delay is not a denial. If things are not working out today, that's just because God has a bigger plan for you. And also, it does not mean that it's a denial. So just have faith that it's because it's not working today does not mean it will not work tomorrow. Just be consistent and have faith.
I love that. Yeah, I think that that's really important. And I've always loved the phrase like if a baby fell down, nobody's like, well, don't try again. You
Yeah.
know, like it's going back to children being inspired. How like learn to ride a bike. How many times does a child try it? And just like keeping the faith.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, faith is really important. It is like, the key of for doing anything you're doing. So
If
yeah.
you if you could give one piece of advice to all women, any women, not just business owners, what would it be?
I would say treat yourself with respect. You are here in this planet because you're meant to do something. You're not here to settle. If you have higher dreams, go get those. Go run, do sprint, whatever you want to do, because everything is possible, and the universe is waiting for you to take some action. So take action, and you can do it.
I love that. Mine is you are great the way you are. There's nothing wrong with you. Move.
Yes, love that.
I'm like,
Love that.
wait a minute.
I think that's really true because sometimes our mind is so much trained in looking for what's wrong, and we forget the gratitude. We forget the small things in life. So that is, I like that.
Yeah, and I think the thing that like you and I have in common is like just encouraging women to go for it. I think that people see barriers that don't exist. Um, People like me don't do this. This even like I still see people are like, oh well, like women won't do that, and I mean, look at what women can do. I mean, and look at what humans can do. So step into it, and the kindest thing you can do for yourself is step into your potential. And what you're a great example, like treat yourself to the best.
Hmm. Yeah. No, that's, yeah. As once you start treating yourself, with respect, with love, things change. Things really shift.
Mhm. Yeah, sometimes when and people, I mean, this is I've thought this before is like when women want, like you were saying, how could your partner give you the best, your husband, is that idea of like, well, give it to yourself. I always say I'm high maintenance, but I maintain myself.
Yes, yes. And the problem is we're always looking outside. We don't understand. Things, everything comes from our inner self. Stop looking outside. Everything you have, everything you need, it's already inside of you. Start using it and start acknowledging it.
Yep, I 100% agree. So if a woman wants to take this on, this is a good last question. Like, how do you start treating yourself? Where would people start with that if they've never put? I think a lot of women have never put themselves first.
I would say, um, like for example, I see a lot of women, they want to get things done and they're always trying to save money because they want to serve the family. So even if you're going to get nails done, find the best place, go to the best place, treat yourself with the best, and you will have things to compare. Then you will know this is the best and this is not the best, and then you would know what you liked. And once you know what you like, then you know what you want. Without a lot of us humans, we take actions without even trying. We think, okay, you know what, I cannot buy a Lamborghini. I don't want to buy a Lamborghini because, and those are the people who are saying it, those are the ones who have never bought a Lamborghini or never haven't, owned one. So try things, do not be afraid. Try things. If you are meant for higher things, go for it. Do not settle.
Yeah, I also think it allows you to figure out like what's really important to you. Like Lamborghini, I don't care. Great nails,
Exactly.
love them.
Exactly. You got to try things to differentiate. If you're just doing the same thing from last 30 years, you really don't have anything to compare to.
Mhm.
I remember when I bought my first car, before that, I had a Honda Civic. And then I got a Mercedes. I was like, hey, you know what? I don't think I like Honda Civic. I like Mercedes. And after that, I'm like into cars because I love cars now because I can compare things. But at that time, if I just thought, hey, you know what? I like my Honda Civic and I'm not going to try anything because I don't think I can afford it. I think this is a good budget for me to stick for my cars, then I would have, you know, owned the same car.
Right.
So try new things.
Yeah, and then you learn what you love, and then I really think you treat yourself to the things that are important to you, whatever it is.
Yes, yes. I also remember when I started my first business, not my first business, when I was like a teenager, like 15, 16 years, I went to India. And first time I went to India was in economy class. And when you go in economy class, you see people sitting as business and first class. So after my first trip, I told my dad, I was like, you know what, I want to go in first class. And he had like a lot of points because he used to travel a lot. So he let me use his points and all that. So I traveled in first class. And after that, I made a deal with myself that I'm only going to travel in first class because I could differentiate. And after that day, I don't think I've ever traveled in economy. I've only traveled in first class because I raised my standards,
Yep.
and raising my standard, it helped me see my own potential. It helped me differentiate what I like, what I don't like. And a lot of people who will tell you you cannot do this, those are the people who have really never done anything.
Right.
So, yeah,
Anything is possible.
anything.
Man, first class is worth it,
Oh yeah. Oh my God, it is amazing.
especially international.
Yeah, trust me, going to India, it's like a 24-hour flight. So it's like you need first or business class. Otherwise, you literally like it takes like a week for you to recover after you land there.
Yeah, that's tight.
Yeah.
Well, I am so inspired. I'm gonna go get my nails done at the Four Seasons.
Yes, do it.
I will. So thank you so much. What an inspiration, and I'm so excited to share this with everyone.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity.
You are so welcome.